It's summertime, and you know what that means? Mango season. Let's make some mango sticky rice. Aloha mai kako, my name is Relle and welcome to my kitchen where I like to share all my favorite Hawaiian and local recipes. It's summertime and you know what that means? My favorite season, mango season. And if you know anything about me, mangoes are my ultimate favorite. If you got mangoes, please share. I'll gladly take them off your hands for you. So mangoes, we usually think of desserts, but this one's a little bit different today. We're gonna use rice and we'll be making mango sticky rice. Mango sticky rice is actually a Thai dessert, but it's very common and popular here in Hawaii. Now, when you think about rice, you often think about savory foods, right? Like hamburger steak, loco moco, and you eat the rice with it and things like that. If you want that recipe, you can check out here. But today we're gonna use what's called sweet rice. So it's the short grain rice, and they are often made for dessert. So it's not savory, it's sweet. This rice, we're gonna wash it, which I've already done, and drain out the excess water, and you're gonna cook it according to package directions. For me, I love a good rice pot. So we're gonna cook it in the rice pot. I actually have one going here. So it's about 1 to 1.5, 1 cup rice, 1.5 cup water. Put it in the rice cooker. If you don't have a rice cooker, don't you worry. You can do it on the stove or however you make rice. So let's get started. We're gonna start with some coconut milk, and we're gonna put that into a pan, and we're gonna set that over medium-high heat, and we're gonna make the sauce that goes with it. I guess you could use coconut cream, but it is a little bit thicker and richer. I like to use coconut milk, but totally up to you. So you're gonna put the whole can, all of it in there. And then we're gonna add some sugar. And what the sugar is gonna do is help thicken it up and sweeten it up a little bit, because essentially this is a dessert, right? All you wanna do is cook this down until it's heated through, it's thickened up, and the sugar has dissolved. You're just gonna let that cook down. And while that's cooking down, let's get ready with the mango. Now, so many different ways to peel a mango, and I've got a lot of different tricks. But I think for this particular one, what I like to do, forgot another thing. Hold on. Peeler. I swear, a couple videos ago I talked about I'm always forgetting things, and lucky I film at home because everything is usually within an arm's reach. I try to set up for everything. Well, a lot of times, obviously, that doesn't work out. And one more thing, a napkin. Hold on. Third time's a charm. I got everything, hopefully. Okay, so for this mango, I love Hayden mangoes, and this I don't think is a Hayden. I forget what variety. I got it from the farmer's market. But when you hold the mango, you can kind of see there's like a curve, and what you're gonna do is, you see that little notch there? You want that to be front and back with you because the seed runs this way. So essentially you're gonna cut it this way. But we want the big strips in it for this recipe. So actually what I'm gonna do is just peel off the skin and then cut it. That way we don't have to deal with that later. And now, honestly, mangoes is not something I usually peel with a peeler, but for this particular instance, it works really well. And it saves most of the mango on the mango so that you're not like trying to eat it off the peel. I've got a recipe for pickled mango. You can check that out in the recipe here or in the description box below. That's one of my favorites. What else do I like to make with mango? Ooh, mango muffins. I got that one too. You can check out the link. If you've ever been to Maui, you know Lahaina has a ton of mango trees. And love to our Lahaina ohana and everything that's been going on there. Okay, so you still see the curve here, right? So you're gonna turn it so that the curve is away from you. And then we're gonna just slice it along the seed as close as possible. If you push and it's hard, that means you're hitting the seed. You can just scoot it off a little more. It's actually touching the seed, so I gotta go a little wider. And obviously don't throw this away. This is a snack. I'll eat that, don't you worry. You can hear it starting to bubble. You don't wanna burn the bottom, so make sure you stir it. And all the sugar has dissolved, so I'll turn the heat off. It can stay on the heat to continue to thicken. So the way I like to do it for this dessert, so you have the 2 halves, right? And then all you're gonna do is cut slices this way. And you can fan it out if you want. You can make all kinds of fancy stuff. So now that our sauce is ready, what we're gonna do is we're gonna reserve some of this. At this point, it's a sauce. We're gonna turn it more into a syrup in a little bit, but we want to reserve maybe a 1/4 cup of it. So we're just gonna pour it into this container here. Try not to spill on my hands. We'll set aside, and then we're gonna make a cornstarch slurry. Now, depends on the brand of coconut milk you use. If it's thick enough as it is already, you don't need to add any of this. But what we're gonna do is add some water into some cornstarch, and we're gonna mix that up. You want to mix it up prior to putting it in here. Otherwise, you're gonna have chunks of cornstarch, so we don't want that. And you're gonna pour it into the hot mixture, and you're gonna stir as you pour. We're not gonna use all of it. We'll do half, and we'll see. And if you pour it and let it sit, what happens is you end up with like clumps. If you have a whisk, that works good for this as well. See how it's starting to thicken already? And you almost want the consistency of like syrup, like maybe hot chocolate syrup, that kind of consistency. It's a little bit thinner, but it will thicken as we go. And so one way you can check is put it on the back of the spatula. It's hot, but we're gonna wipe our finger, and you see how it left the track of it, that it's still there. Tastes great. Then that tells us it's ready. The rice is done, and what I like to do is just use a rice spoon like this. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna fluff the rice. So as you can see, it's pretty moist. It's sticky rice, right? Not like jasmine rice that's dry and kind of beady maybe. This is definitely sticky. That's the intent of it, right? So you're gonna fluff the rice, and then what we're gonna do, on the bottom, it's okay if it's a little brown on the bottom. Don't worry about it. That's all the sweetness from the rice and that's starting to cook down from it, so don't you worry. And then we're gonna take some of that reserved coconut sauce that we had, and we're gonna pour that in. You don't have to pour it all. Try a little and then see. We don't want it like soaking wet, but we definitely want the mixture wet. So that'll make it like the rice have that coconut flavor. And don't be scared, the rice will soak it up. Rice is so good at soaking up extra moisture. See, it's already, most of that is already gone. So now we'll get the plate that you want to serve it on. Totally up to you what kind of plate you want to use. Scoop of the rice. This makes a couple of servings, so share it with your family, your friends, your kids if you want. You could definitely eat it all by yourself, but everything in moderation, I always say. And then we're gonna take the mango that we just cut. So a little trick, you can put it on your knife like that, and you're gonna slide it off, fan it out to make it fancy. Do you have to make it fancy? Not at all. And then we're gonna take the thickened mixture. See how thick it is now to the spoon. Give it a little bit of a stir. All you have to do is spoon it over. If you like it a little thicker, you can cook it down a little more. Just turn the heat back on and it'll be thicker. And this sauce is great on other desserts as well. You can use it, so don't toss the extra. I like to add a little bit of sesame seeds for a pop of color. This is not traditional Thai. I think mung beans is a common one they put on it too, but I like some sesame seeds. So. And that's how you make mango sticky rice. If you like this recipe and you want to see more mango recipes, then check out this video here. And until next time, hui ho and enjoy.
Thank you for watching my mommy's video.